Hello everyone, welcome back. Today's video is about the Aji Cachucha pepper. It's a fun pepper I found on Baker Creek's website last year, so I figured I would grow it. This is, I've got them growing in 7-gallon containers, 2 plants per container. As you can see, they turn like a sort of a reddish orange when they're ripe. The lighting doesn't quite do it justice, but it's a nice red, dark red orange color. So what these are sort of like a sweet Scotch bonnet type pepper. They come from the Caribbean, mostly Puerto Rico, Cuba, that kind of area, where they're used in a lot of different dishes. So we'll talk a little bit about them. You can see for a small pepper you're going to get a lot of yield. These are just, as I mentioned, 2 plants per 7-gallon. These are like 7.5-gallon containers. Peppers, as I mentioned in some other videos, grow fantastic in containers. They like to be close together. They don't need to be spaced out. In fact, they seem to do better when they're close together, within reason, obviously. You don't want to crowd them too much. So the fruit itself, attractive fruit, looks really nice. It is a sweet pepper. It's got a little bit of heat to it, though. It's not just sweet. I would say very mildly hot. I'll cut them open. We'll take a look at them. They're a fun shape. As I mentioned, you get a lot of them. They're high yielding. They aren't my favorite, just because there's so many other peppers that I find more flavorful. But these are useful for anything that you would want just a little tiny bit of heat. So if you put them in a stir fry, you could put them in an omelet, you could put them on a pizza, you could throw them in rice dishes, these kinds of things, tacos. I'm trying to think, pretty much anything you'd use a pepper in, they're appropriate. You can eat them raw. They have just a little bit of heat to them, but they're pretty much just a sweet pepper. Not a lot of seeds, which is kind of nice. When you're prepping them, you don't have to deal with a lot of seeds. But the Aji Cachucha pepper, it's something we tried this year because it sounded cool. To be honest, I probably won't grow it again, just because I prefer the arroz con pollo, and I was able to find it again. It's kind of like this, but a little bit more on the sweet and flavorful side, I think. But might be related because it looks a lot like it. I mean, these are shaped more like a Scotch bonnet, whereas the arroz con pollo are kind of more like elongated, but still, it's not a bad pepper. It's certainly fun to grow. They don't take up a whole lot of space, so you definitely give them a try if you're interested in them. But I just think there's better ones out there, so many better ones, that I would just stick to those. So thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again soon.